in Python. Our next program is write a program to get 5 subject marks from user, then calculate average and define grade. Now for grade there will be criteria. Okay, if average is less than 40, then student will be failed. Then average is greater than 40 and average is less than 60. Now let's say we will keep it 50. Then third class or third grade, whatever you say. If average is, here we have to put equal, greater than or equals to 50 and average is less than 60, then second grade. Similarly, let's put another condition. If average is greater than or equals to 60 and it is less than 70, then first grade. And last, if average is greater than or equals to 70 and less than or equals to 100, okay, then distinction. In rest of all the cases, let's say if user is entering all negative marks, okay, we will display message that student is you entered the proper mark. Okay, so for that we will not check the condition right now, but in next video we will see that how we can use the nested if. So here first let us implement this. So this is how we are going to implement it. So let's divide this into the part. First we will get the mark from the user, so we will use M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. okay, so this is not an optimum way to get the mark. In Python we can get the comma separated value and then we can split it using comma and then we can create the list. Okay, but just for beginning level this will be fine. So here we will directly convert this into the integer. So we will directly convert input into the integer. So let me write down how we will do it. We will write down input function and then we will display message like enter subject 1 marks. Clear with this? So similarly we will get marks for 5 subject. Subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, subject 5, and here subject 2, subject 3, subject 4 and subject 5. Okay, so I always recommend all of you to put the comment into your program, so it will improve the readability of your program. Now let's find out the average. Okay, so here we will use floor division. Okay, why? Because normal division will give answer in form of you can say float value. So let's calculate average. So average equals to M1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m4 plus m5. Double division means floor division 5. So let me arrange it the way we are going to implement it. So this is how we find out the average. Now after that we will write down the else if else loop ladder. So let's start. We are having two approach. Either we will start with the failed or we will start with the distinction. So let's start implementation with failed. If average is less than 40, then print student is failed. Else if, elif. So okay, so else if will be written using elif. Elif average greater than or equals to 40 and average less than 50, then print which grade? Third grade. Here you can see the way the comment is useful in writing the program. Similarly, else if average is greater than or equals to 50 and average is less than 60, then print second grade. Clear? Then again we will use elif average is greater than or equals to 60 and average less than 70. Okay, you can also write condition like this, 60 less than means average greater than or equals to 60 and less than 70. Okay, so this way also you can write condition. If you don't want to use and, then this way you can also write the condition. Then print first grade also. So there will be first grade. And if it is not belonging to any of this category, means less than 40 or 40 to 50 or 50 to 59 or 60 to 70, then we will consider that distinction grade. Clear? Okay, so how else if ladder will work? It will start with this. If this condition is false, then it will go to this statement, then it will evaluate this condition. If it is false, then it will go to this statement and then it will evaluate this statement. Okay, so if this statement is true, then it will display the message. Okay, and then it will directly jump to line number 29. Okay, so if any of this condition into the else if elif or if is true, okay, then it will directly go to the next programming statement. Okay, it will not go further for condition checking. Okay, so for example, if average is less than 40, okay, then it will display the message and it will directly go to line number 29. Okay, and if let's say average is 65, so it will go to this. It will be false, it will be false, so it will go to this. and then it will display first grade, and then it will go to line number 29. Okay, so this is how else if ladder will work. So from top to bottom it will check condition one by one, and whenever the condition will become true, from that condition onwards the execution will be halted and it will go to the next statement. So now let's execute this. It's time to execute this program. So let me enter mark. Let's say this time we will enter the mark for first time we will enter the mark purposefully below 40 for all subject, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, student is failed. Why? Because average is very low. Okay, if you want to display the average to the user, then we can put print message, print average is AVG. So we can user can have idea that what is the average. Now this time we will put mark in between the range of 40 and 50. So 45, 46, 49, 51 and 39. Yes, average is 46. So third grade. Okay, here actually we have not put or we have not considered all the validation. Okay, why? Because if any of the subject is having less than 40 mark, then student will be considered fail. So that also we have not considered. So that we will see very soon that how we can implement this into the nested if. Okay, clear with this? Let's execute it again with some good marks: 78, 75, 79, 82, 81, then 85. So average is 79. Okay, and distinction grade. Now here what is the problem? If user will enter mark any mark less than 40, then that student will be considered fail. So how to check that condition? So for that we will use the nested if. So let me put that if m1 is greater than 40, greater than or equal 40, and m2 greater than or equals to 40, and m3 greater than or equals to 40, and m4 greater than or equals to 40, and m5 is greater than or equals to 40. Then and then we will go with the condition checking, otherwise we will display that the user is failed. Now here you can see this is the best example of indentation. This can be the best example at introductory level. So okay, if all the marks are greater than or equals to 40, then we will go with the calculation. Okay, so now definitely if all marks are greater than 40, then there is no need to check for whether the student is failed or not. Okay, so here we can directly print student is failed. Clear with this? Okay, so now let's execute it. Let's say for one subject I am entering negative mark -12, then 15, then 67, then 56, then 45. Okay, average is 34 and student is failed. Okay, so in this case one of the subject mark is negative, so it won't go with the this portion of code. Why? Because this if condition on line number 11 will be false. Okay, clear with this? So this is how if, then if else, then else if, or then you can say nested if can be implemented. Okay, so let's say we will take two number from the user, and we will divide one number with the another number. So for that we can also write code like this. Let's say x1 is equals to int input enter first number, then we will take another variable int input enter second number. Yes, then we will check whether both number are positive or not. So if x1 is greater than 0 and x2 is greater than 0. Okay, let's say we will try to divide x1 by x2, so we will check condition for x2 only. Okay, so if x2 is greater than 0, then we will check if x1 double equals to 0. If x1 double equals to 0 means value of x1 is 0, then print 0 as the answer. Else print x1 floor division x2, or simple division you can also use, and then else we will display message print x2 can't be 0. Okay, so here actually we are not writing another program, but I just wanted to show you the indentation. So if we are putting colon, that means whatever code is there with one indentation, it will be considered as a part of this if statement. Now whatever line of statement will be next, which is starting from this indentation, okay, means from first position, it won't be considered as a part of this if. Okay, so this if contain the code from line number 4, 5, 6 and 4, 5, 6 to 7. Okay, and this else contain print. Now here whenever again Python will encounter colon, then what it will do, what is the current indentation? 1. So 1 plus 1 2. So whatever code is written on second indentation, this will be considered as a part of this if. Okay, again whatever code is written next using one indentation, that will be considered as part of if, this if, outer if. Okay, clear with this? Okay, so now let's just try to execute it. First number, let's say 45, next number 0, so x2 can't be 0. Let's enter positive number 34 and 6. So this is what we get answer. So this is how we can use control flow statement. Okay, simple control flow statement, that is if else and else if ladder. In this tutorial we will keep up to this. In next tutorial we will start our discussion with the loop.